Imagine you're a professional athlete. You've played 100 games, won 90 of them, and lost 10. But when you lie down at night, you don't think about the trophies. You think about that one missed shot from 3 years ago. You can still feel the sweat on your palms and hear the crowds groan. Why? Why does our brain act like a high-definition camera for our failures, but a blurry, low-res webcam for our wins? It feels like your mind is a bully that only wants to remind you of your cringe moments. But here's the secret. Your brain isn't trying to make you miserable. It's trying to keep you alive. Think of your brain like a tiny caveman living inside your skull. Back in the day, if a caveman found a beautiful patch of berries, that was a win. It was nice, but not essential to remember every single detail. But if that same caveman got bitten by a snake in a specific cave, that was a mistake. Forgetting that mistake meant death. So evolution built a giant glowing warning sign in our heads. This is called the negativity bias. We are literally wired to give much more weight to bad experiences than good ones. Scientists found that it takes about 5 positive events to outweigh the psychological impact of just one negative event. One, "I'm disappointed in you," hits harder than 5 "good jobs." Imagine your mind is like a house. Positive memories are like the furniture. They're nice, they make the place look good, but you don't really obsess over them. Negative memories? Those are like a fire in the kitchen. Your brain doesn't care about the nice sofa when the stove is exploding. It drops everything to focus on the fire. It wants to analyze how the fire started, why you didn't see it coming, and how to make sure the house never burns down again. This is why you can remember exactly what you said during an awkward job interview 5 years ago, but you can't remember what you ate for lunch when you got promoted. But here's where it gets tricky. Your brain uses a process called rumination. It's like a cow chewing grass, swallowing it, and then bringing it back up to chew it again. Gross, right? Well, your brain does the same with your mistakes. It chews on your failures over and over. This isn't just a bad habit, it's a loop. Every time you replay that embarrassing moment where you tripped in front of your crush, your brain is actually strengthening the neural pathway for that memory. You're basically practicing being embarrassed. You're becoming an expert at remembering your mistakes because you keep hitting the replay button. Now let's talk about the wins. Why do they slip away so fast? It's because of something called hedonic adaptation. Essentially, humans are incredibly good at getting used to good things. When you win, you get a quick hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. It's a rush. But then your brain says, "Okay, that was great. What's next?" It resets your happiness level back to 0 so you stay motivated to keep hunting. This is why the high of a promotion lasts a day, but the sting of a typo in an email lasts a week. Your brain treats wins as mission accomplished and deletes the file to save space. So how do we fix this? How do we stop being a victim of our own evolution? We have to trick the caveman. Since your brain is a velcro for bad experiences and teflon for good ones, you have to manually change the surface. When something good happens, even something small like a stranger complimenting your shoes, don't just say thanks and move on. Stop. Hold that thought for 20 seconds. Visualize it. Feel the warmth. By doing this, you're forcing your brain to move that memory from the trash folder to the permanent folder. You're building new win muscles. Here is the ultimate plot twist. Your mistakes are actually your greatest data sets. The reason your brain obsesses over them is that it recognizes they are the only way you actually grow. You don't learn much from winning, you just learn that you're already good at something. But a mistake, that's a map. It shows you exactly where the holes are in your game. The trick is to look at the mistake as data, not destiny. Your brain is a supercomputer trying to optimize your life. It's not holding on to your failures to hurt you, it's holding on to them to upgrade your software for the next round. Next time you're lying in bed and your brain decides to show you a greatest hits of my worst moments reel, try to talk back to it. Instead of cringing, ask, "Okay, what's the lesson here?" Once you find the lesson, the brain usually feels like its job is done and lets the memory fade. You're not broken, and you're not a failure. You just have a very protective, very loud caveman living in your head who hasn't realized yet that an awkward social interaction won't actually kill you. If you've ever felt like your brain is your own worst critic, you're finally seeing the blueprint of why that happens. We spend our lives trying to be perfect, but our biology is designed to focus on the cracks. Understanding this is the first step to finally giving yourself a break. If this explanation made your brain feel a little lighter, hit that subscribe button. We're diving deep into the weird patterns of the human mind every week, making the complex simple, one ELI 5 story at a time. Tell me in the comments, what's one win you've had this week that you're going to choose to remember today? Stop the replay loop on the bad stuff, and let's start practicing the good. See you in the next one.